Blackpool Pleasure Beach have just announced their plans for 2026, and this is not just a new ride. They've made changes to tickets, to entertainment, and to the value across the park. So let's get into the details, shall we? Right, for those of you that don't know, this is the 130th season of Blackpool Pleasure Beach, which is quite an impressive milestone, to be fair. I mean, none of us have been here for 130 years. Yeah. Anyway, to celebrate this milestone, they do have some exclusive and limited edition, I believe, merchandise, a small selection of which has been shown off today. Some hoodies, some caps, etc. So if you are interested in that, make sure you get there quick before they run out. And then I guess the thing that most people were interested in is the launch date for Aviktas. Now, they have announced the 21st of May, which is a Thursday. And the thing that's not clear at the time that I'm filming this is whether that is the public opening of the ride or if that is the VIP preview, because I know some people have already said to me they can't make the Thursday because work commitments, etc. So we're still waiting on clarification on that. Possibly by the time you're seeing this video, we will know for sure whether that is the general public or whether that is the preview event. But in any case, I will do my best to be there for opening day because I cannot wait to get on the damn thing. Right, now when it comes to tickets, they have actually made a lot of changes. And to be fair, at the park, they've been doing this for a few years now. They're more than happy to experiment with new things and see what works and what doesn't work. So one of the things that they've changed this year is that under twos now get in for free. I think is fairly decent, and surprised it hasn't happened before, but at least now if you have those smaller children, you do not need to buy an e-ticket for them. The second thing that's changed is the season pass itself, and that is, if you've known this in the past, the way that Blackpool has always done it is that the season pass is tied to a calendar year. So if you buy it halfway through the year, it's still full price, but you only get the remainder of the season. Well, they're changing that for 2026, and now you will get a full 12 months from the date of purchase, which is perfect if you're somebody that picks up the pass later in the year. You know you're going to get the start of next season as well. Another thing they're wanting to encourage is return visitors. So once you have visited the park, you will get the usual email afterwards to say how was your day, etc. But it will include a unique code to get your half price entry for a return visit, which I guess is perfect for those who like to visit the park again but maybe can't justify that full price. You now get half price on a return. Now this next one sounds really interesting, and we're still waiting on a little bit more detail on this one, but they have announced a new flex pass for 2026, which they say is for people that aren't sure what they want to do in terms of rides. Now the interesting thing is that it sounds kind of like potentially a replacement for the non-rider ticket, but then it says you will be able to purchase rides through the app, which kind of sounds a little bit like Paper Ride might be making a return in some form. I don't know the details yet. As I say, the park has said pricing will be announced later. So we don't know what the cost of these rides will be, whether you can buy like 3 rides at a time, single rides all the time, whether it is token based like a lot of the other parks do, where, you know, it's like buy £10 worth of tokens and then that gets you an X number of rides. Don't know yet. But this does sound like they are starting to dip their toe potentially back into this paper ride thing that so many people have been going on about for years. Another offer that's returning this year is, you may remember last year, they modified it so that later entry into the park, the price of the ticket started to come down. And to the point that later on in the day, it got to the same price as it would have been online, which on the shorter days wasn't the best value, but on those late night ridings, you could still get several hours in the park for that reduced rate. Well, that's coming back this year with a 2 for 60 in the afternoons. So you can buy 2 tickets for 60 quid later on in the day. And that way, for those of you who are maybe on site and just go, oh, I'm going to pop into Pleasure Beach, you can now sort of get the same price that you would have done planning in advance and buying that ticket online. And then the last thing is there's a mention of some in-app offers on the day of your visit. Now again, there's not been any details released on this yet. I'm not sure what these offers are, whether it's like food offerings or whatever, or merchandise or whatever. But you know, that is something new that they're trialing this year. So make sure that when you do visit, you keep an eye on the app to see what offers are kicking around. As you'd expect, there is also quite a bit of entertainment information in here. And actually they kind of put a little bit of a jab at other parks, because they basically said, whilst other parks are scaling back their entertainment offering, we're doubling down on ours. So a few things. Hot ice is obviously back. That is a staple of the park now, and it is its 90th year this year, so that should be fantastic. I saw it last year. Genuinely didn't think it was be my kind of cup of tea. Thoroughly enjoyed it, so I will be going back this year to see it. But they've also got a second show, which is the Alice Frozen in a Wonderland of Dreams. And this is a matinee show, so this one's obviously during the day. Now, there's a few interesting things here, because the first thing is, if you've got a ticket for the park, you get in for free to see this. Now, some of you may remember years ago, they used to have something like this, where the main hot ice show, they were kind of doing a rehearsal lunchtime. And so you could go in and watch half the show for free. So it's kind of like that, but this is a separate show dedicated to kind of like this Alice in Wonderland theme. And again, if you have a ticket for the park, you can then take advantage of that. So make sure you do, because it is fantastic. It is free. It's a nice way to chill out after your lunch. The flip side of that, though, is you can buy a separate ticket just for that show. And when you do that, you then get this new Flex ticket that they've talked about, this Flex Pass. So you could then theoretically go and say, well, actually, now that I'm in the park, I want to go and do some rides. So that is also fantastic to see. The other thing is they have got a number of music-led events. So there's 5 new events coming. The first one is the Turn It Up Festival from the 9th to the 12th of April. And it sounds like this is just going to be kind of like DJ sets around the park and stuff, which is fantastic. It's always great to see some entertainment. I'm not sure if there's any more than that. Obviously, when you get things like Oktoberfest, they've got the live band. So I don't know if there will be a live band or if it's purely DJ sets, but there is some more music events this year. Now, the one thing that wasn't mentioned, and I'm sure many of you are probably going to ask it in the comments, is what is happening to the closed attraction. So we still don't know any further information on River Caves. I think many people, myself included, have said we didn't expect it to be a 2026 return. My current guess is 2027. I think that'll give them a new attraction for next year, but the park has not confirmed anything yet. Similarly, with the attractions that were closed last season, so the Skyforce, etc., I mean, they're built up, they're there. They haven't operated yet. We still don't know if they're ever coming back or if they are still potentially being sold. So there's still some information that we don't have. But nonetheless, there is a lot in there. And I think it is fantastic, some of the things they're trialing. It's great to see them experimenting with the tickets. I am really curious about this Flex Pass because kind of sounds like we might be getting paper right, which is fantastic. And obviously, we now know when Aviktas is going to open. And I, for one, cannot wait to get on the damn thing. I'd love to know your thoughts on this, though. There's a lot of information in there. There are still some gaps, obviously, that will come out over the coming weeks. But are you excited for this 130th anniversary of Pleasure Beach? As always, I've been Chris. You've been watching Coaster Dad, and I'll see you in the next one. Adios. Of course, none of us have been here for 130 years. No comments. But basically, that's shit. Right, for those of you that don't know, the park is hitting 130 years this season. That's also bad. Now, as is you...